Hi y'all, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Amira, and today guys, we are going to be revisiting a product that I gave a review for, a positive review for a couple of weeks back, and it is the About Face Beauty Performer Foundation. Now, when I originally purchased this, I purchased it in the shade MD1 Neutral. And I found it over time to be a little too deep for me. I love this product. I think it's a beautiful foundation, beautiful finish, but I wasn't happy with the color. And so I hadn't been wearing it as much as I originally was in the beginning when I was first testing it out. So I decided to pick up a different shade, and I picked up the shade M2 Neutral. And I decided, you know what, since I have both now, let's compare, because I want to know what you guys think of medium deep shade ranges, because I'm thinking I'm going to probably do a video about medium deep shade ranges in general, but I really wanted to test these out and compare them and see what works best for me. Let's get into it. All right guys, so my skin is prepped. I mean, as prepped as it's going to get. I've already been out. I did my morning walk and I put sunscreen on, my skincare is done and all that good stuff. So that's all done. I've taken my glasses off. So my skin is basically prepped. What I'm thinking, and as you can see, my skin's going through some things. I'm on tretinoin right now. I've been on tretinoin since like the beginning of the year actually, but usually with tretinoin within like a week or two, I go through the purging phase, and and then my skin kind of like regulates and then I'm good to go. But I didn't really go through that, and I was like, what's going on? Do I need to up my dosage? Like do I need a higher percentage? No, it's just my skin decided between my skin, they came to an agreement that they were just going to wait for the purging phase. So the purging phase has commenced, and I don't know if I'm on the tail end of it. It feels like I'm on the tail end of it. I've got some breakouts. This little bit here is actually healed. It's just really red and irritated, and angry, but it's healed. And I've got one here that's trying to show its face. So I'm just letting my skin live its life. Clearly the tretinoin has decided to, finally show up. So I'm just letting it be. So yeah, I have a little bit of breakout. So I've been wearing more fuller coverage foundations in my more like light to medium coverage. I've been wearing sort of like my been wearing my Makeup Forever, and I really wanted to wear this one because I think the coverage of this one is a nice happy like medium to medium high coverage, but I wasn't happy with the color. So I'm going to put MD1 on the left side of my face so you guys can see what that looks like. And you can, if you really want to see like my full review of this foundation, because I'm not going to go like super deep into, let me put it on my forehead too. I'm not going to go too deep into like my feelings about it because I've already done that. But if you want to know like my full review of it, it is on my channel, and I'll put the description, the card for you guys to click on. All right, so this is MD1, which I don't think is actually a bad match. That's the thing. When I picked it up and I first tried it on, I didn't think it was a bad match. I don't generally put a lot of foundation on my forehead, like ever. So I'm putting a little bit more on now because I really want to see what it looks like in comparison to the other one. And let me zoom you guys in a bit more so you can see. So this is MD1 Neutral, which isn't bad. But what I was finding is once I put like my bronzer on and things like that, it was feeling a little warm in comparison. And you can even see it here to my neck. Now my neck used to be darker than my face. It's not anymore, and I think that's just due to skincare. My skin tone is evening out on my neck, because I've been really paying attention to like skincare on my neck, and it's sort of been evening out. So now my neck is pretty close to my hand and my chest, and this part of my face now. So I used to have to sort of match to my neck. Now my forehead is deeper than this part of my face. Like this part of my forehead has no makeup on it, and you can kind of see that it's deeper than the center part of my face, and it's deeper than my neck. So sometimes when my neck was a little bit deeper, I would match this part of my face to here and to here. Now it's kind of weird because this part of my face is now deeper than the rest. And that's one of the fun things about having, you know, medium deep to deep skin, is that you often have multiple shades in your skin tone, and everybody really does, but it is more noticeable when you have a bit more melanin. So I'm now going in with, what is this one again? It is I think it's M2. Yeah, M2 neutral. So this one is not medium deep, it's just medium. And I'm sorry if you hear all that noise, of course, as soon as I start filming. So I'm gonna take the butt of this to like blend this in, because I used the brush for that, and I didn't think to bring a second brush, which is probably not my best move. And already I'm seeing a difference. You guys tell me if you see it. Now my skin tone is medium deep neutral with slight yellow undertones, not super, slight yellow golden, not warm. I don't have a lot of really warm elements to my skin, and when I do put things that are super warm, they tend to go quite orange on me. So this is M2 neutral, and this is MD1 neutral. The thing is, I think both of these look really good, but I feel like when I lean back, this one gives me more warmth in my face, but this one feels truer to my actual like skin in overall. Not my forehead. Now my forehead, I do feel like this one is a better match than this. But here I feel like this is a better match. And you guys may feel different. Like on camera it might look different. I do feel like this one brings a lot more warmth to my skin, even though they're both neutral. That's what's very funny about this. These are both neutral, but this one is, and this is one of the reasons why I kind of want to try a different shade, is this one is much warmer in my opinion. Like you can see, these are both supposedly neutral, but I feel like this one is much warmer. I don't know. I like them both, and I do like the idea of having both and mixing both together maybe, but I just wanted to show you guys what this look like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my bronzer on. I'm going to put some blush on and concealer. And for concealer, I'm going to use concealer that I've been using recently, which is the Tower 28 Serum Concealer in the shade OC. I'm going to put that on and actually do that now since I'm talking about it, like duh. And so that's what that looks like. And I've been using this with the makeup forever, so I'm curious to see what this looks like with this shade of foundation. And I don't know if I've used this one with the About Face. Like even the lighter, the deeper tone one, I don't know if I've used this with it. I can't remember. Isn't that interesting? Like I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see even better. But I don't see, like you see here how it just looks really warm, and here it doesn't look that warm. It actually looks much cooler in comparison, but neither shade looks bad. I love having like these little discoveries, because I felt like there was going to be a huge difference, and there actually isn't. Like even on camera you can kind of see how much like I feel like you can see quite a big difference here. Let me put them in the order of like where I have them. So do you see what I mean? I feel like these look quite different, but on my face they don't. And when I say quite different, I don't mean like humongously different in range. I mean different in undertone and how they would lay on my skin. Like this one looks like it would be quite deep on me, and this one looks like it would be my shade, maybe a tad too light. This is sort of like exactly my tone, exactly my skin tone, but I think this kind of goes to show that sometimes, especially if you're medium deep or you're neutral, going a little bit, just a little bit more golden can bring a little more life to this, to the face. But I want to see what these look like with bronzer. So let's do bronzer. I'm just going to use the bronzer that I've been using on and off, which is the Give Beauty Pick It Up bronzer in Smokin'. This is a cream bronzer. And this is what I've been using when I'm using cream bronzers. I have been using more of my powder bronzers as of late since I did my declutters. I really wanted to get more use out of things. So I was like, you know what? And since my skin has been kind of having a moment, I've been, like I said, I've been using fuller coverage foundations. And so I've been actually reaching more for powders because I do tend to like, when I'm having breakouts, I do tend to like powder more. I just think it sits better for me when I'm having a breakout. And that could just be my imagination. I'm just using this the way that I would normally use my bronzer. Okay, so excuse all the noise. Of course, as soon as I start filming, everyone decides they want to make a lot of noise. This is what both sides look like with bronzer, and I feel like I like them both. But I do, this side is definitely warmer, you know? And as you can see, this side is still a bit, just a tad bit deeper than my neck, but not a lot. All right, okay, all right. I'm not mad about that. Let's put on some blush. And I have some new products that I am trying out from Florisys. So I want to try out the blush that they sent me. It is this beautiful, like rosy pink, kind of like a rosewood pink tone. It is a powder. So we're going to see, do I want to powder my face? You know what? I will. I'm going to add powder just in case because I used a cream bronzer. So we're going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow in medium. And this is another way to see how this is going to sit because this powder is technically translucent, but you know how that is. I mean, it's medium in the sense of like, it's not supposed to give too much color to the skin. But I want to see what it gives me. And I'm just using a tiny, tiny bit. Again, I'm not mad at either side, but I'm seeing things that I like about both sides and things I don't like about both sides. So I'm dipping into this shade, and I don't know what the name of this shade is. It is Morning Rays. So I'm going to dip into this. And I'm just going to, and it's a nice little neutral pink. So I think this will be a good little experiment with and I'm applying my blush how I normally apply it, which I apply a lot. Thank you very much. And I apply it like on my bridge of my nose. I really like that sort of like slightly over the top, almost sunburnt with blush, but I just like that look. It's my jam. It's my happy place. Okay. So I feel like now you can kind of see what I'm talking about now that I've added blush. Do you see how much warmer this side of my face has gotten? Now both sides have gotten warmer. I've applied bronzer and blush. This side kind of holds its tone a little bit better, which is what I was wanting, something that wasn't going to veer too warm the more a product I applied to it. So yeah, like I don't hate this side. And honestly, I feel like as the seasons change and as we get to summer, I do feel like this shade is going to be better for me. But I think it's still a little too warm for me now once everything is on my face. And we're in the dead of winter. I think it's going to be a tad too warm for me. But this blush is really pretty. Yeah, again, I don't hate either side, but I do feel like this side is holding more of my natural tone in my face a little bit more than this is getting warmer, a bit warmer and warmer. And I don't feel like this oxidizes. I don't think that's the issue because I was worried about that at first. I'm like, is it oxidizing? No. I have a foundation or a tinted moisturizer that I just tried that I was going to do a week-long wear for you guys that I literally abandoned after one day because I could not. I wore it to work and I just sat at my desk feeling like an Oompa Loompa all day. So I know what it looks like for something to oxidize on my skin over time. I've experienced it many times. I don't feel like that's what happens with this one. I just feel like the warmth of the undertone of it comes out more and more the more I apply other products to it. You know, it becomes a little bit deeper, a little bit richer. But again, I don't hate it. So there's that. So yeah, I'm gonna apply. That's so pretty though. All right, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go and film my Florasis review for you guys, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna have everything done, and I'll have been sitting with it for a while, and then we can wrap up and see what we really think about this. All right, guys, I am back. The full face is done, and I've had this on now for about 30 minutes, so everything is pretty set in. I do have a bit of a snafu because I was applying a shimmer and I didn't wet my brush, and so I've got shimmery flecks all over my face. Love that for me. But other than that, I feel like I like them both. This one is definitely warmer feeling, but this one is more true to skin tone, and I don't know, I like them both. And I was really trying to see if I was gonna prefer one over the other, and what I think I'm just gonna do with both of these guys is use them both. I think what I'm going to do is do some strategic painting of my face. Like I'm gonna use this one on my forehead, this one in the center, and maybe this a little bit on my chin, like mix them together, like the lower half of my face, to bring warmth with it, make sure it's not too different from my neck. I think that's what I'm gonna do, but I just really wanted to compare them side by side, literally, and see what I'm getting, and I like them both. I will say that when I look in my mirror in real life, this side just looks more like, I actually think this side looks less made up. And it could be because I used a sponge, so it wasn't as much coverage, I don't know. But it feels more natural, whereas this side looks more makeup-y. Again, it could be application. But this side feels more true to how the deeper shade has been feeling to me, and that I feel like I kind of can feel that or see that it's a foundation, whereas this doesn't feel like that or look like that to me. So I think that's the difference, is that because this one is a little bit closer to my skin tone, it's not as makeup-y looking. But yeah, I like them both, I really do. And I wanted to show you guys this comparison. I want to try to do more going forward, do more complexion products, because I know so many of you are like skin twins, you know, we wear a lot of the same foundation shades. And what I've been finding lately, and I don't know if anyone else has, you can let me know in the comments, have you been feeling that it's been harder to find like that perfect shade for you? I feel like brands are coming out with a lot of shades now, but they've kind of lost the plot when it comes to like that medium deep range, that like middle range where you're not light, you're not deep, but you're just like right there. And this, I find that when I'm looking at undertones for a lot of these foundations, they're just completely off. They're either saying they're neutral but not, or they're not, you know, they're really warm, there is no real neutral, or they're too cool. And I'm on the struggle bus in that arena, and I want to know if you guys are also experiencing that. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is, you know, try some more foundations in that range and really kind of come back to you guys with what I found that works for me. And if we're skin twins, then it may work for you as well. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Did you enjoy today's video? Please be sure to hit the like button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye now.